Does it have a percentage thing now? Oh look, there's a little pothead man. Oh, I could look at future. I just now realized I could look at future like boss enemies. Shit, like there's a pothead man. There's a big crow. It's kind of obscured by the thing I have on the top of the screen. Yeah, there's pothead man. Kind of like that. But no more about that. It's Pentiment time. We'll play 2 or 3 hours of this. Yeah. Pentiment. Pentiment. So last stream of this. This is our third stream of the game. Our first stream was... or our second stream of the game was we saw a murder take place. A murder. Sorry, I'm checking something here. No, whatever. Okay. So now I think trying to figure it out. I'm trying to back up my boy Piero. Turn this game down from death's door. Look at all the shit. Look at all the shit. There's so much to pull on. Piece of paper on Frank's desk and had the imprint of a letter on it. A ripped charcoal letter from Frank at the Baron. It appears. Oh yeah, so I asked him if it was okay if I could dig up the thing, and I basically failed that. Defensive and evasive. So is the leading suspect for us right now? Is the leading suspect Frank? Ferenc? F-E-R-E-N-C. He didn't get the position of the abbot. He's got some weird, shady things going on with his... with this. Potentially, yeah, we did the thing. I figured out Frank's cipher. It says, "Hi, Gerard." Latin for "Here lies Gerard." I should check Brother Gerard's grave. Grave looks like it had been disturbed recently. I should ask Father Gernot for permission. So we tried that, and then I suppose we could ask Brother Volkbert to get up without the abbot's permission, but he might get in trouble. Maybe I could even tempt Otto Zimmerman in helping me. Father Gernot did not give me permission to dig up Brother Gerhard's grave. I may need to convince Brother Volkbert to help me dig up the grave, or maybe Otto. So we need to, if we want to continue this line here, we need Brother Volkbert or Otto Zimmerman to help. Probably. And I think the game wants us to currently eat with someone. Yeah. Break bread with someone. So we, as we've kind of established, I think before, I think it's best if you try to do as much as you can before eating then, right? Because it's one of those things where you only have a certain amount of time to do things. So let's go try to find Otto. Oh, that was weird. I thought it was panning. I thought the camera started panning to something. That spooked me. What's the name of the lady who I found in the... Let's see. Notes on Sister Matilda. Yeah, it can't just be a coincidence. Yeah. We should do this as well. I hope she doesn't get pissed at me though. That's kind of the thing. Like this seems kind of invasive. There was clearly something happened. I don't want to pin this on Matilda either. But if I just gently prod, maybe I can just at least get more info. You know, about the whole thing. God bless you, Master Maller. May I ask you some questions, Sister Matilda? You know Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's truly necessary. And now we know how to do this. Yep. Ooh, there's a snail. This concerns the murder of the Baron. Yes, it's tragic, but what does it have to do with me? Why did you have to leave Curacao to go to a hermitage? Damn, this feels bad. I feel, honestly, a bit gross asking. Baron Rothvogel had an appetite for young women. Uh-oh. Neither his marital vows nor the vows of the women seemed to matter much to him. When I was on my way to town one day, he surprised me in the meadow and made his interests clear. Oh, gross. Uh-oh. Let her continue. I refused his advances. I thought that would be the end of it. This was not enough, because he did the same thing the next day. I refused him again. I'm not gonna, like, interrupt her. Let her continue. I thought if I was patient, the problem would leave with him. I never thought that the Baron was capable of doing what he did. On the third day, he attacked me on my way through the meadow. Jesus! This guy fucking sucks! He dragged me into the forest where he could have his way with me. I feel like an asshole asking about this. I knew. I feared. This was like the ultimate fear. This is like the ultimate, like, damn. Fuck. Like, it's. I almost feel like I would have been. I feel like I would have been more curious, but it would have. I feel I would have felt better about myself if she's like, I'm not sharing that info with you, and then me just be like, oh, okay. Damn. Oh God. I managed to badly scratch his neck. It saved my virtue, but it enraged him. Oh, thank God. He beat me until he was exhausted, and he left me there in the woods. Jesus. It's a miracle you weren't killed. Yes, and I thank God for it. Mother Cecilia had me removed from Curacao for my safety until I could recover. The wounds to my body have healed, but the attack has left a lasting injury in my mind. I don't want to pin this on her after she just told me that harrowing story. God. But I mean, it's one of these two options. So did you kill the Baron? No, I did not. If you don't believe me, do what you feel is necessary. It's hard to ignore your past with the Baron. I was angry. I was filled with hate, yes, but it's been years. I'm not putting this on her. Mother Cecilia and Father Thomas helped me move past the anger to find love in this community. Father Thomas? Yes, Father Thomas is our confessor. We can talk to Mother Cecilia about our problems, but only a priest can hear our confessions. Sister Matilda, did you receive a strange note recently? Yes. How did you know? Others have received notes as well. What did it say? Here, look for yourself. Remember what he did, the violence you suffered, the red bird flies. Mason's chapter. Huh. Rothvogel, the red bird. Vogel. Rothvogel. Vogel. Vogel. It's probably Vogel. Rothvogel. I found it in my bed in the nun's dormitory. You can keep it if you like. In your bed? Who could have put it there? The only people allowed beyond the garden are the sisters. Can't imagine any of them making this. Mother Cecilia and Sister Illuminata have beautiful handwriting, but both of them have been so kind to me. Thank you for your time, sister. God bless you, Master Maller. I mean, that went probably as good as it could have gone, considering the subject matter. And how angry she could have been for me approaching that subject with her. And I still got some information out of it, and she doesn't seem too pissed at me. So, honestly, that seems like, I mean, should I be responsible for the Baron's death? That's interesting. So the way this game is set up, obviously I don't know exactly, but it seems as if now that, especially now that's opened up after the murder, it gives you a million threads to pull. You then choose how you want to pull on the threads to try to come to some kind of conclusion. I don't know if I'm at some point going to have to accuse someone or in like a certain amount of time or what, or if the mystery is just going to unfold in front of me at some point, but like, as of right now, the leading suspicious person to me, and someone who hasn't given me enough reason not to doubt them, or not to, you know, not suspect them, I guess I should say, is Frank. Again, he's pissed. He doesn't get the Abbott job for whatever reason. The other person, the person who did get the Abbott job, is unqualified, young, I think was specifically said. Now, the weird part is, now that I'm saying it out loud a couple times, is that what does that have to tie in with Frank Vogel? You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're pissed about a certain situation, we'd have to, there would be a loose, like, connecting piece, right, to that whole thing. If that was the motive, you would have to be like, okay, why did... What would be the link? What would be the benefit? Unless you saw, like, I'm not saying this is necessarily it, but it would make sense if it's like, you're pissed at the other Abbott because you didn't get the Abbott position. You killed Frank Vogel, and you pinned it somehow on the Abbott that did get it, right? That's how you would... Oh. That's how you would, that would be the connecting thing we actually need. That is how it should work. So maybe go ask Otto for help on this, digging up. Where is Otto? I really like this forest area for some reason. It's so kind of mysterious and like... I don't know what it's... Uh-oh. Oh! It's just Andres. Oh. Ladies. Water must flow down from the snow melt. Oh. What's going on here, eh? Hi, Andres. Veronica, no. He can see us. Dare I? I just said in the past couple of streams how this option always seems so stupid and so bad and so unlike just the worst option ever. Fuck. I mean, also, I mean, I don't want to pick just sorry for intruding. I'll leave and then just end it at that. But I gotta be honest, even just saying afternoon girls with an exclamation point is kind of creepy looking. I gotta be honest. I'm picking the top. Fuck it. What's this? A couple nymphs bathing in. Maybe this is what the kids call Riz. You know. Maybe this is the aura that will that these. I mean. Also, I know it's just the art style, but I like how they're drawn with their hands out, like they're floating, but they're like hands are constantly at water level. So yeah, what's this? A couple of nymphs bathing in a mountain stream? Oh my god. Don't be a creep, Andres. Don't worry, Brigitte. He won't do anything weird. He won't do anything weird, right? Okay. I can't go another level deep. I feel weird picking that. I was out for a walk. I didn't even know you two were here. Well, we are. And you shouldn't be. We should be getting back for dinner, actually. I'll be wondering where I am. I'm not getting out with him here. Oh, I see your dilemma. I'll go. It's fine. It's not. France is going to be so mad. Have a good dinner, Andres. Okay. 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 Imperial Road. Via Imperi. I've been kind of playing my Andres quite straight, as far as not getting into too much hijinks, but there was that one moment when I fucking tussled with the one nun lady, and then she fucking sold me out. That was fucking wild. That was fucking weird. Did you need something, Master Maller? No, but thank you. So I kind of do want to eat a meal with these guys. Like, they're probably chill, right? I mean, so the meal thing, other than advancing time, it seems like you can get either valuable information or they can, like, help you, probably. Like, we've seen that certain dialogue choices are based upon, like, ups and down, like, favorable point things. I don't know what you'd call it. And I would imagine if you share a meal with someone that they would be more likely to potentially help you down the line, maybe? You know what I'm saying? God be with you, Andres. Klaus. Morning, Andres. Where's Otto again? Good morning. Forgive me. I've forgotten your name. I'm wounded. Andres Maller, master artist. Oh, a master at such a young age. It's impressive. Well, I admit I'm not quite a master yet. Still finishing my masterpiece. What is that like? Hard work, but it pays off in the end. Ah, to live a dream. You can. You have the right, just like anyone. To do what? I have my family to care for. Lenhart, Paul, my sweet angel. The mill. Oh, I apologize. We didn't even get properly introduced. You must be Elsie Morin? Elsie? Yes, that's me. I heard Clara and Eva have an artist boarding with them. That must be very exciting. For them or for me. You know what? At the very least, I'm never going to pick those options constantly. But I do like that they're available to me so I can just have a good laugh about how fucking awful they are. Like, it's nice that, like, come on, smirk for them or for me. Jesus. They've treated me very well. Perhaps even more than Clara, hmm? Oh, I only meant living on a farm among the townspeople. Isn't it very lively? Only when ill Peter wakes in the night and can't find the chamber pot. Ursula brings some joy to the household, though. Such a lovely little girl. I pray the Lord may someday bless us with a daughter. Elsie! 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 Have you finished with your gabble? There's work that is doing. Oh no. I'm sorry. I have to get my labors. Of course, I apologize if I've bothered you. Till later, Mistress Mullerin. Until then. Oh, this little Paul kid. Hello again. Hi, Paul. It's good to see you at home. Uh-huh. Where's your home? You're not from Tassing. I remember. I live in Nuremberg, but I'm staying with the Gertners for a while. Oh, but you're on a farm. Why are you living with the farmers? They're letting me board with them while I work in the Abbey scriptorium. You're a monk? I'm an artist. Oh, like you do drawings. Drawing, painting, calligraphy. If it goes in a book, I can put it there. Oh, is that... How do you get money? I help the abbot with the scriptorium's commissions. Art is a job, just like being a miller is a job. But it's also a calling. I didn't... My dad says drawing's stupid. It's not worth anything. Oh, fuck your dad. Do you like to draw, Paul? Yes. More than anything. But I have to do it where Dad can't see. He gets mad. My dad doesn't like some of the things I do either. That's why I don't tell him. Good influence. Yeah! Look at that! Yeah! Go, Paul, go! Can I tell you a secret? Sure. Sometimes I draw in the ruins in the meadow where Dad can't see. The Romans would have been honored. They loved defacing monuments. I don't know what that means. Don't worry about it. What do you draw? Cats? Mom? I don't know. Stuff? I probably shouldn't be talking to you. Dad won't like it. You're probably right. I'll go. Until later, Paul. And hey, keep drawing, alright? I will. Bye. What a curious mill. The wind turns the sails and that powers the grinding stone. Let's talk to Lenhart. Morning. You're the Gertner's boarder, aren't you? How could you tell? You look like a man who understands the power of appearances. Quite unlike the Gertners. They're farmers. You expect them to act like kings? A little dignity wouldn't hurt them. They bleat like sheep when times get hard. Only Eva's got a backbone. How is she, by the way? She's fine. Why? I'm only curious. She used to bring their barley to me, but Peter insists on delivering it now. I get the sense I don't like this man. A shame. She'd shown some curiosity about the mill. I'd hoped to foster that. Is there something special about it? She's the only windmill in Bavaria. Bavaria. Did you know? Constructed in exacting details from Dutch specifications. The gem of the Alps. And none of the incurious adults here can appreciate it. I suspect they have more urgent matters on their minds. I should be going. Until later. Until then, Maller. I don't like this guy. This guy can, well, he can suck it. Carl. Hello, Master Maller. Hello, Andres. Andres Maller. What brings you all the way out here? Saw Agnes and she said she'd been tending to you. How are you doing? I'm alright. Thank you. Yeah, she's pregnant, right? It's hard to not be fearful, given how things went last time. God will protect you and your child. I hope so. I wish I knew why we didn't deserve protection last time. Or his protection last time. Damn. Rough. Maybe it was something I did. Maybe something I didn't do. Maybe it was Carl. Maybe it was Carl. I'll say a prayer for your family, Helena. God bless you, Andres. Where, I'm trying to find Otto. Oh, you know what I could do? Go to this thing. And then it's in alphabetical, right? Yeah. Otto. Town carpenter, son of old Otto, known for his dislike of the Abbey, especially Father Gernot. See? If he hates Gernot, then I feel like I should be able to get Otto on my side. You know what I mean? Help me exhume this grave. I think it's doable. Let's find him. I just gotta find him. Hello? You're the artist from Nuremberg? Andres Maller, journeyman artist, at your service. That was it, Maller. Someone mentioned you dabbled at university for a year or two. Funny. You're staying with the Gertners, yes? The Abbey does have a guest house, you know. The Gertners are good and gracious people. For farmers. Tassing is full of miserable people like them. Jesus. What's your problem with the farmers? They're soft and lazy with a complaint for every occasion. Oh, my back aches. Ugh, my hemorrhoids. They expect me to perform miracles, but I'm not a saint. The rest of the townsfolk, well, can't be more than a handful of them who know how to spell their own names. Father Gernot is too soft with them, but I suppose he has to keep them placated or risk riots on his land. Fortunately, I do not intend to stay in Tassing long. I'm gonna be mean right back. I'm sure the townspeople will be heartbroken to see you go. Sarcasm. They have the town midwife, an old nun, a crippled Sawbones to look after them. And crippled. No more skilled hands could Tassing expect, nor deserve. I recommend you don't linger here either, Maller. Or you'll soon find yourself trapped in a marriage to a mouse-faced girl with dirt under her nails. Oof. A daily risk for you, I'm sure. I'm a successful educated doctor, Maller. Can't be too careful. In any case, I must ask you to go. Plenty of work to do. Good day. It's been a pleasure, I suppose. Likewise. Now, goodbye. I said good day. Where the hell is Otto? Oh. I wish it was kind of like when you play like a Danganronpa game. And it's like, you can open up the map and then see where everyone's like sitting at. But it's whatever. Sign. Where's Otto? That's not Otto. That's Lucky. Everyone's getting dinner ready. Go this route. Sepp. Hmm? Are you Joseph? That's right. Well, Sepp. Sepp Bubner. That makes it easier. My father's name is Joseph. You call your dad by his Christian name? No, but never mind. All right, then. You the artist staying with the Gertners? Yes, Andres Maller. I'm only here for a few months, and I'm heading back to Nuremberg. Oh, the big city. Impressive. I've been to the Kempter Market a few times. Nice place. Never got any farther than that, though. Anyway, I live out past the mill. Farm the land there with my family. I came into town to talk to Andres about some nails. Just waiting for him to finish up. Do you take beer everywhere you go? If I'm thirsty, you're damn right I do. Fair enough. Well, I'll leave you to it. Thanks. Nice meeting you, Andres. Likewise. Until later, Sepp. Oh, here we go. Otto Zimmerman. Otto! Did you have dinner plans, Andres? Want to join me and Dad at our table? Maybe another time, Otto. Sure thing. Oh, do I eat dinner with them? Because... shit. I guess I can't talk to him about... But if I eat with him, then he maybe... Andreas, care eat dinner with me and Otto? I think I should eat with them. Hello, Master Maller. Sorry to cause you trouble, but... have you seen Martin recently? He wasn't feeling well, so I let him sleep until prime. But when I came to check on him, he was gone. What is this fucking kid? What is up with this Martin guy? Like... he's so strange. I don't know... I did see Martin running through the meadows, but... or meadow, but... this is a delicate situation. I'm not sure how I should handle it. I didn't get a chance to speak with him, and I don't know what he was up to. It could be entirely innocent, but if I tell Kat that I saw him fleeing the Abbey... she might think I think her son killed Lorenz. She might think her son... I'm gonna think of this. I don't want to get embroiled in their problems. It probably wasn't even Martin who did it, honestly. Even though he's a piece of shit. He doesn't strike me as a murdering type. Still, Cat deserves my honesty. I saw him Thursday morning. He ran through the meadow while I was on my way to the Abbey at Prime. But he said he was sick. And what was he doing in the meadow? He hardly ever goes out there. It always makes him sneeze. I don't know. I'm sorry. Lord have mercy. I hope he doesn't done something rash. He has a history of making poor decisions. How do you mean? He steals things. Bread from the Albans, eggs from Johan's, and Peter's farms. A pilgrim's satchel once on the road to the Abbey. It is my great shame. I have failed him as a mother. Damn. I'm sorry. This is not your trouble. Thank you for speaking to me. Was there something else? I don't want to impose, but if it wouldn't be too much trouble, please let me know if you see Martin. I'm so worried for him. I'll try. Thank you, Master Malin. Beware. Be well, I mean. Oh, I meant to ask, would you care to join us for a meal? Perhaps another time, Cat. Of course. Take care, Andres. I'm gonna eat with Otto, but kind of set up so that I can basically hey Andres, do you have dinner plans? You should join us for a meal. Nope. If you say so. Exclamation point. She's all too happy to tell me no. Or to respond to my no. Hey Andres, how's it going, Hans? Keeping busy in the fields? I guess. Do you like it? What? Farming. I never really thought about it. Dad says it has to get done, whether I like it or not. But I'm tired of digging holes. Well, that's too bad. Basically one of those moments. What do you think about it then? Uncle Fran said Brigitte might come help with the laundry today. She's Martin's wife, right? She seems nice. She is. Nicer than Veronica, anyway. I wish Brigitte lived here instead of her. Well, you have a good time thinking about your cousin's wife. That's a weird thing to say. Say nothing. Until later, Hans. Bye. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching any of that. No. I'm eating with Otto. And his dad. Old Otto. You have dinner plans, Andres? Want to join us? Yes. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Let's get going then. This is an interesting little, like, mechanic to the game. Like, it's such a small detail thing, right? But if it is what I think it is, right? Like, you get to review... It seems as if you're... So you're trying to find this investigation. Like I was saying earlier, like... This game and solving and pulling on whatever thread you want is also... You're bouncing ideas and you're off of these people then that you're sharing meals with. And you're potentially strengthening relationships. And you're going to be asking them for favors down the line to try to help you. It's all just, this game is interesting. This game is interestingly set up. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'd gotten a phone notification. Needed to respond to... Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which you are about to receive from your bounty, through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 Eat that bread. How are you feeling today, Dad? Hands been killing me. Back's been killing me. Goddamn knees been killing me. Same. You want some advice, boys? Don't get old. Think about death. Damn. You know what? Fuck it. That's interesting. Frown. You're young and you live soft. You'll keep a few years yet. Not like my boy here, aged beyond his years. You work too hard, son. What choice do you have, eh? None. The abbot breathing down my neck. I tell you he wants me to replace the roof on his house next. Didn't you just replace the one in the scriptorium? Yeah, and I made a mess of my shoulder doing it. The way that bastard Gernot orders me around, you think I'm in one of his little monks. Ooh, what's my food options here? Poached egg, salmon, and rye bread. Go with the bread first, and you can, like, dip it in the poached egg and stuff, yeah? He works you like a dog and says it's for the glory of the Lord. It's not right. It's not. I agree. Easy enough for you to say when it's my work that keeps you warm when you're scribbling away in that scriptorium. Apologies. That was not Christian of me to put that on you, but neither am I wrong. The abbot's bad, but the miller might be worse. That shithead Linhart's been screwing us for years with his toll. I've never spoken to him. Is he really this, so bad? He's worse even than you know, or will ever have to know, being a visitor, for which you should thank the Lord. Imagine your only income for the year was in the wheat you could grow in the summer, and the miller determines how much it costs you to grind into flour. What if you have a poor season? What if the miller raises his toll? What if everyone has a grief season and there's too much damn flour? There's too much goddamn flour to make any money with it. The farmers are at the mercy of the weather, the church, and the miller. Two of those are beyond their power to influence. But the miller is their neighbor. He sees them struggle. He should help them, but not Linhart Mueller. He only makes more. I hadn't considered it like that. God willing, Linhart will meet justice in this life or the next. Damn, I suspect I know which Otto prefers. Ha! You accusing me of unchristian behavior, Master Maller? On to more pleasant pastures, eh? You see any of those nuns while you were working, Otto? Dad. Dad. Eat that egg. I remember that Cecilia woman being pleasant to look at, back when I worked up there. You know what? I'm gonna try to push back just slightly on them. Mother Cecilia would not appreciate being spoken about that way. I don't mean anything by it, just using the eyes God gave me in the way he intended men to use them. Other pretty sisters up there as well. Sometimes they catch the wrong man's eye. Shame what happened to that one a while back. Glad she came back, though. Sister Matilda? Heard she had a run-in with the Baron. We knew she was attacked. Heard rumors the Baron was responsible. We never learned the details. Abbey business and all. Still a pretty woman since she came back. But her kind eyes turned some kind of sad. I don't like this conversation. Now, if you want to hear all of the little secrets, all of Tassing's little secrets, you should go to the spinning bee. Ugh, that gaggle. You can hear them cackling from here. I'm gonna say I was invited to attend. Should I go? Sure, if you're interested. I always get a kick out of it. Not just 'cause Eva's there. Certainly doesn't hurt. I'm awake. Have you managed to succeed in a check yet? No checks have happened in this stream yet. We'll get there. I'm sure I'm almost there. Hey son, I need to lay down. Why don't you say goodbye to your friend here? Sorry, Andres. The old man needs his rest. Oh, I'm an old man. Of course. Thank you for having me. Sure, of course. Did I enjoy Death's Door? Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, now I feel like I should be able to talk to Otto. To do this. Let's see what he says. Afternoon, Andres. Heard that Baron friend of yours was killed up at the Abbey. My mentor, Brother Piero, has been blamed for the crime. One of the elder brothers, isn't he? Might have met him while I was replacing the scriptorium roof. Seemed an alright sort for a monk. Sorry to hear it. Anyway, did you need something? Otherwise, I got things to do. Yes. Yes, this is what I need. Should I ask him what his problem is? Let's see. Hold on, what's your problem with Lorenz? He treated Lucky terribly, and Lucky is a good man. That, I think, is reason enough. But it's not my place to discuss Lucky's troubles with you. If you want to know more, ask him yourself. I don't think he cares for me. Sounds like Lucky. Now, Lucky is also the potential, like, I would say my second place thread of person I want to, like, pull as potential. Because there's something about him. And maybe that's the point. Maybe I'm judging a book by its cover type situation. But I think he seems suspicious. Anyway, do you think you could help me dig up a grave at the Abbey? You think there's something in there that'll prove the old brother's innocent, right? How did he know? That's it. You're perceptive, Otto. That's too perceptive. That's like ear. How did he know? How would he have known? How does he know that? Who's talking to him? I don't know if I should be more weary of this. How would he know? Because I've only talked to... The only people I've talked to potentially about it is the guy who potentially hid the weapon there. And then Gernot. Because I said, hey, can I dig it up? And he said no. And I said, hey, there might be something that proves him. So, who the fuck is leaking? Huh? We got some leaky lips here in this village, huh? I'm trying to be all sneaky-like, and there's fucking people. There's people doing shit. I only listen when people talk. You should try it. Did you talk to the abbot about this mischief? Wouldn't want to get my grubby hands all over his stuff without his permission. Actually, now here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. And this guy hates the abbot. So, he should be like, yeah, I'm still down to help you. In my eyes. Actually, he expressly forbade it. Ha! And you still want me to do it? Sure. Why not? Yes! Yes! It'll take a few hours, though. Especially if I'm digging alone. You don't care about the abbot said we shouldn't? What do I give a shit if he gets mad? He's an asshole. See? This is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I needed. This is exactly how I thought this conversation was going to go. It worked exactly to a T. Exactly. Did you want to do this now or not? Let me take care of a few things first. And then we'll head back here. Alright, don't be too long. I got actual work to do. Okay. Alright. This is good. So let's go explore a bit, and then that's how we'll pass the time here, is digging up a grave. We love digging up graves. I think it's always worth just giving a... I don't have to be completely exhausted, but I don't think it hurts to give some, the once-over on some of these places. What's over here? Let me check this. Make sure no one's at the mine. I'm sure some kid is going to fall down there because I told him it was okay to play there. I'm so convinced. I'm so convinced there's going to be we're going to get news that a kid fell down the hole and killed themselves here. And everyone's going to look at me. One of the kids are going to speak to their parents and be like, yeah, Andres told us it was fine if we play at the old mine. And I'm going to be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that all about, huh? These people, this village. The people in this village piss me off. Good to see you, Andres. These fucking people. I do at some point want to share a meal with these people. Did you need something, Master Malor? No, but thank you. Oh, good talk. I don't know if I should be thinking more about this whole thing. Is that like a subtle detail? I don't know how deep this game goes and what I'm supposed to be trying to like piece together, but like, should I be more concerned that either the abbot or Frank himself? Because I already told Frank. I think I'd have to remember exactly the conversations I had with him, but I kind of let it be known that I was sort of onto him anyway about something because I was doing the whole puzzle bit. But I don't know if I talked expressly about the grave part to him. So then if I knock him out, it was literally only the abbot. So then did the abbot talk to... I mean, at some point it got around then to at least Otto. I don't know if it would have gone abbot directly to Otto, if it goes abbot to someone to someone to someone to Otto, or whatever the case. It's like I'm unable to move in the shadows here. These people don't have anything better to do with their time except for talk and gossip. I'd wish you a good day, Andres, but I fear that would be a lie. Okay. Fuck you too, Brigitte. Has something happened? Martin's gone missing. A cat is beside her. Self. But not you. I'm very worried for him, but this is not the first time he's run off. He said he wasn't feeling well this morning, and I just knew he had another scheme planned. I'm sure his mother knows where he is. He speaks more to her than he does to me. Even though I am his wife. It's a good marriage here. I'm sorry. They've always been close. They've had to endure well. To endure France? How did you know? You haven't said a word about him. That absence is telling in its own way. France is a difficult man, and very hard on Martin. It's made him difficult, too. So difficult that he could commit a murder? No, there's a storm cloud over Martin, but it rains only on him. He would never hurt someone. Can't imagine it. What are you talking about? It's nothing. Not a question. I'm sorry to have disturbed you. I should probably get back to my chores. France will be angry if he sees me shirking or talking to an unmarried man. Until later, then. Be well, Andres. Be well, Brigitte. I think the Martin thread is too much of a red herring. I think it's way too obvious. He makes himself too obvious. Like, it's like, oh, the crazy Martin guy. He's running around, and he was running from the scene of the crime, potentially. Or from that direction. And he always calls me an asshole whenever I speak to him. And he always seems mad. Like, it's too obvious, right? That's too much of a smokescreen. It's not concrete enough. That's just like, if I was to accuse ever Martin, it's like I'm getting too much in my feelings. I think it would be a waste of time. Same with this lady. Same with the widow. We saw that one scene where we were walking with the guy who ended up dying, and she came out of nowhere and she was like, "I fucking hate you," or something along those lines, and then she disappeared into the forest or something. And it's like, it's too on the nose. It can't be her. Too on the nose. I'll see you at the spinning bee, Andres. I should go to the spinning bee at some point. I better see that skinny bottom of yours at the bee, Andres. I mean, I would love to, but I gotta go dig up a grave. I got a grave to desecrate. that? Oh, hey, oh. Look at that. Leave me be, Andres. He was not being forthright with me, and he seems eager to get away. If I wait here, maybe he'll leave and I can observe his actions. But should I do it now? It'll probably take a while. Later. So things I want to do. The grave digging, and then I want to follow Lucky, and I do want to go to the gossip bee the spinning thing. I just don't know how much time I actually have. I would regret lots of things if I pick something. I have a good feeling that I'm not going to be able to pick everything I want to pick. I have a feeling my time is going to get cut off at some point, and that's how the game is designed to be. Alright, ready to go dig the grave? It's going to take a few hours. Is that alright with you? Not like you have any place to be. I'm ready. Let's go. Fine. I'll grab my tools. Let's go! So, town carpenter, what's that like? Exhausting. Not unlike this here. Satisfying, too, to make things with my hands. To feel the sun on my neck and sap under my fingers. And I haven't fallen off a roof yet, so all in all, can't complain. Being the only carpenter in Tassing must keep you busy. Busy's one word for it. Overworked's another. It was easier when my dad and I could do the work together, but since his stroke, it is what it is. But I like being a carpenter. It's necessary work. Keeps me talking to everyone in town and aware of what's troubling them. Many people in Tassing are struggling, Andres. The peasants, especially. I heard as much from Clara Gertnerin. They used to be able to pay a portion of their taxes and crops, but the abbot put an end to that. Now, if they get a bad price from Miller, they don't have enough to pay the abbey. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. The abbot might own the land, but he doesn't work it. He just reaps the benefits of others' efforts. But it's not just him. The law, imperial law, that's what gives him the power. So maybe the laws have to change. Oh, I'm definitely not picking this option. Someone should do something about that. Who, though? Not city tradesmen like you. Too much work. Wouldn't want to get your hands dirty. Alright, I'm just trying to be nice to this guy, and this fucking guy's calling me a pansy or whatever. I can't help that I'm a great artist. We're all part of the working man, alright? I'm not above you. I wanna, these people, it's like, it's such like a thing where you're like, hey, we should do something about that. And they're like, well, you're above me, so I'm pissed at you too. And it's like, I'm not, what do you want me to do? I can't help. I can't feel, some sort of, similar pain. Get on my pedestal, get on my soapbox, I mean, and start saying that just because someone's position may just be slightly higher than yours, can't. We can still aim. We can still aim for the people at the top. You know? Anyway, I should get back to digging. It's going to take a while. This is all on my own. Why aren't I helping him? Come on, pick up a shovel. Pick up a fucking shovel! Got a ways to go yet. Why don't you take a look around? Okay. I'll go. Where am I looking? Brother Jacob from Cologne. Did you ever meet him? Large, powerful, free imperial city on the River Rhine is a major hub for commerce between Italy and Netherlands. It's also a popular site for pilgrims. 3 wise men representing crowns on their arms. Okay. We spoke a couple times. He was a funny man, just about the only one of these monks with a sense of humor. Funny monk. Some of them aren't so bad. Piero especially knows how to laugh. If you say so. Jacob had a gift for manipulating his features and his voice to imitate the other monks. A man like that is wasted at an abbey. Mother Brunhilde. Abbotissa? I doubt anyone's in that one. Given the age, I'd guess she's long been moved to the abbey crypt by now. You worried Father Gernot might try to punish us for this? God willing, we'll be done before he finds out about it. Dig faster. So you want me to speed it up? Sure. What do you care about my back? Christ. Dig faster, please. Sister Maria, the librarian, probably before your time. I was a boy when she passed. My father spoke well of her, though. Said she reminded him of his own grandmother, a sweet woman who loved the Lord. I expect the abbot will have her dug up soon. Pardon? The brothers and sisters are buried here until their bodies decompose, then they're dug up and moved to the abbey's crypt. A ghoulish tradition, I've always thought. What's dead should remain buried. That is kind of weird. But then, they don't have much space here, and many of the monks aren't long for death themselves, so... Uh-oh. Kill him! Kill this guy! Kill him! Short, angry monk coming this way. Fuck. Matthew's not going to like this. I could hide, but then I'd be putting Otto in a tough spot. Yeah, I shouldn't hide. He's not going to be happy with me if he has to deal with Matthew on his own. But this could be the clue that unlocks the truth about who killed Lorenz. It's no trouble if it saves an innocent man's life. Ah, hell, we're destined for an earful. I'm not going to hide. That's going to be a problem if I do that. That's a punk move by me if I was to do that. Is all well here? Why would it not be? Why would I say we're digging up a grave? How are you? Oh, that's funny. Just be like, hey, this is what we're doing. What about you, huh? It's along the lines of like act like you know what you're doing and no one will question what you're doing kind of thing. It's like if you're ever trying to sneak into some place, just act like you belong there and no one's going to question you kind of thing. Why would it not be? Why have you coerced the carpenter into digging up the late brother Gerhard? I feel like lying is only going to get me in trouble if I, it like can easily be checked against, right? Like, if I say, oh, the abbot approved it, and then they immediately, all it takes is for them to go to the abbot and then say, did you approve this? It's like, no, and it's like, you're in law trouble. I know better. I'm just gonna be honest. Well, the other option is just telling him my plan. I just don't need what I'm doing to be circulated around to all these people. I mean, why can't there be a middle option? Why can't I just tell him to mind his own fucking business? That's what I want to do. Hey, take his glasses, smash them on the ground, and then tell him to fucking leave. That's what I would do. Pick him up, toss him over the wall. Yeah, I can't lie. So, by default, I have to pick this other option. Someone has disturbed this grave, and I suspect it's connected with the Baron's murder. That is curious, if you're telling the truth. Even so, Brother Gerhard's grave is not your concern. You are not a member of this community, Andres. The abbot gave... Oh, man, I have to... Oh. The abbot gave his permission. The rest is not your business. Damn. Got him. As a circuiter, it's my duty to prevent, is to prevent from mischief such as this. This isn't working. Oh no! I'm terribly convincing. It's a hat. Gives me an air of authority. Wait, why don't I saw this guy making out with another guy in the fucking with another church man. Why don't I wield that against him? I mean, it's kind of evil of me, but why don't I blackmail him and say, fuck off, or I'm gonna say... I probably would have had to, like, confront him if that was an option. Now that I think about it, I could have, like, maybe confronted him and then said, like, oh, I won't say anything to anyone. Ah. Hindsight. 2020. Something like that, probably. I don't like this. Also, I'm stalling for time. I feel like Otto should be digging still as I'm holding this conversation. Keep digging, Otto! I'm terribly convincing. It's a hat. Gives me an air of authority. You are mistaken. Master Zimmerman, please clean up this mess. I'm going to speak with the abbot about this immediately. Fuck! Otto, dig! Quick! Is that going to cause problems for you? It may. But it's worth it. You got convictions after all, huh? Well, sun won't wait, so better get back to digging. Yep, keep digging. Go, Otto! Yeah! Yeah! Got a ways to go yet. Why don't you take a look around? Alright, let's keep looking at some of these graves, I think. You know what? I don't care about the abbot, man. Fuck him. Oh, Father Matthias is here. Matthias. The prior abbot. With a wooden headstone, too. Things must be worse for the abbey than I thought. The abbey must be having money troubles. That would explain why the abbot's wringing the peasants dry. The rest of the abbots are in the crypt, or under the church. Took a look at them while inspecting the foundations with Indris. Your cell's built on top of an old Roman fort. Not cheap to maintain by any means. Surely they can do better than a wooden gravestone. Take it up with the abbot if it bothers you so much. Me? I think they should all get wood. Duly noted. Well, I've reached the body, but... What? Is something wrong with it? Looks fine enough. Decay notwithstanding. But someone stuffed a sack up under his ribs. Oh. Good God, let me see it. Good God! Let me see it. Holy shit, I'm so right! God, I haven't been more right than I was right now. Arcane tools. They could serve no other purpose. Tools? What do you mean? What would you use for these? Magic! 2 are plated with precious metals and engraved. A silver chast rod and a golden plate. The rod has symbols of the zodiac on it. The plate has some script I don't recognize. And a knife. Seems ordinary enough, but together with the other 2 buried here. Why would someone bury them here together? Because they're forbidden. Wait, there's blood in some of the symbols on this rod. Dried, to be certain, but not that old. Frank tried cleaning this, but wasn't able to remove all the blood. Could this be what was used to kill Lorenz? Oh, dude. Dude, I mean... Here's the thing. At some point, I don't know what this game has planned for me. I don't know if I'm going to have to accuse someone. I don't know how hard in the paint I have to go against someone. But, like, at some point, I just need to continue this thread and just be like, hey, obviously something's shady. I have to just keep going. It's probably better to continue this than to, like, blame someone like Martin, who's just a piece of shit, you know? Like, this is at least, there's something here. Something shady is happening here. I don't know if this is linked to the murder, but at least there's something here. We gotta keep going. This thread has mystery to it. I was solving puzzles to figure this out. The other one is just some asshole kid or a widow who's pissed for some reason. I mean, those aren't fun. This one has adventure. This one has mystery. I sound like a fucking madman. I'm like, hey, this has got to be it because it's more fun. This is like the whole murder mystery, not murder mystery. Murder a killer podcast fandom thing where you're like people get enraptured and things and they're like, oh, I think I've solved it because I don't know what point I'm trying to make. I'm trying like, oh, it's got to be this route because it's more interesting if this is the one. It's like anti Occam's razor. It's not the solution isn't the easiest and most obvious path. It's the more fun path. Who buried this here anyway? I can't say, but it may be connected to the Baron's murder. What? None of this makes any sense. What's going on here, Andres? That's what I need to figure out, Otto. Thank you for your help. Fuck yeah. Why does it say only 19 hours remaining? 19 hours remaining to what? I'm scared. Do I have to have solved the mystery in 19 more hours? Oh no. Oh god, it's not enough time. It was Andres, I'm so sorry about what is happening to Brother Piero. I do not know him well, but I find it hard to believe he could have killed the Baron. Should I talk to the abbot about this? I don't know. See, like, I see what you're saying, but also, like, the abbot feels like he's going to come and get me anyway. And also, previous discussions with him have not been well. And also, he already doesn't believe me. And he has no incentive to not, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's already, in his mind, Piero is charged with the murder. And his job is done. And he doesn't want to, like, it's clear that he doesn't want to, like, open up and, it, like, as much as you would in ye olden times, but, like, open up the investigation kind of thing. And he's been nothing but a shithead every time I've, like, tried to get his help. Doesn't help me with the money situation. That was the first thing, the first stream. Then I ask him like, "Hey, and then I have the fight once we were hovering over the dead body, and Piero gets blamed. I'm like, "Hey, it's no way, it's this guy," and he's like, "I don't want to hear it." So part of me wants to say like, "Hey," like I'm almost role playing here, but like, part of me wants to say like, "Hey, if you're gonna come and get me, I'm not gonna make it easier." At this point, I've given this guy too many chances, too many opportunities to like help. And try to get his assistance. He's like anti-help. So many things are anti in this game. Alright, so it says, I do not know him well, but I find it hard to believe he could have killed the Baron. I could just ask, do you have any idea who might have done it? Did you see anything? Sadly, no. Most mornings I spent my time reading in the courtyard, but the rain made that impossible. And although the brothers are friendly, I do not know them well enough to speculate. I'm sorry. I know it might be far from your mind, but have you considered my offer to eat with you and the townspeople? The gospel says that man cannot live on bread alone, but from time to time, a little bread is required. Correct. I kind of do want to eat with this guy. I'm gonna say not now, but perhaps later. Of course, I understand. God give you health. Till later. I feel like I need to pick an important person to eat. This could spell the difference between success or not. I need success. How many different places are there I could eat? It looks like 8. The way the camera always does that always gets me. I'm like, I think it keeps wanting to like go towards something. Like, I don't need to eat with auto again. That's kind of a thing. Oh, now I find myself always going to the waterfall, hoping there's people in there. Andres! You rapscallion. Oh, but I did say I wanted to eat one time at the people here. Damn. The thing is, if I'm really trying to take advantage of the time I'm eating with people, and there's potentially information to gather, I feel like while these people are probably the chillest people to eat with, they would be the least likely to have any information because they're so far removed from the situation. You know what I mean? And like, maybe that's what the game wants me to think. Maybe that's the trap. Maybe I'm falling directly into this game's trap. What if they hold a very key piece of information? This is tough. This is very tough. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. I gotta make a decision at some point. I'm gonna... What if I go shit talk the Miller guy? Because this guy sucks. No, I can't shit talk him. Hello? Paul, right? I don't think we've talked before. Yeah, we did talk. Staying with the Gertners. Why are we having the same conversation? I'm an artist. I gotta go through the whole conversation again. Making sure I pick the same things. Until later, Paul. Paul face. Carl. I'm deciding between eating with that guy that we talked to. I was in the middle of that church thing. Or the forest people. Ugh. Ugh. I'm disgusted with my inability to come to a decision. See, the thing that I was saying about maybe that's the game's trap, is that me just thinking those people wouldn't be at all helpful to share a meal with. I could probably say the same thing about the guy, what's his name, in the middle of the abbey, the church area, because he's pretty unassuming. So maybe he has something, some random bit that we can find out. Oh, should I go talk to Private Frank about this, though? I didn't even think about that. I mean, I'm here, so I might as well. Confront. Time to confront. I don't know where he'd be. Aha. Andreas, may I help you with anything? Found a strange note in your fireplace. It was written in an unusually fine hand. Found others around tasking with the same hand that seemed to have appeared out of nowhere. What were you doing in my home? Aren't we jumpy today? Is there some reason you don't want me in your home, Private Frank? Any secrets you'd rather stay hidden? Any person of manners knows better than to go snooping through others' things. I have nothing to hide. Then why burn the note? What was left was difficult to read, but I could make out the red bird matins. It was a strange little thing I found on my desk after waking up for matins. It meant nothing to me, so I put it in the fire. Do you know who might have put it there? Surely it's just a loose scrap, but the hand was handsome. You're correct. What if Martin was just delivering the notes to people? Either he was told to deliver the note, and that's why we saw him running around, and he's delivered it to multiple people, and maybe that's why he lied and said he was sick to his family, so that he could go around and delivering this note. But then you'd have to find out who told him to do that, because or he just wanted to do it himself, either because it's something nefarious, or he's just a shit stirrer. Who would have told? We're missing like a key point. Like, where's Martin? Where the fuck? We haven't seen him in like a day or two. Because then it would make sense if he came and like was delivering the note, and then he told like his family, like, oh, I'm sick, I can't go anywhere or do anything. And then when everyone's busy, he leaves, runs around, delivers notes, gets up to no good, maybe. I don't know the exact timeline, but when he did it right before the murder. Surely it's just loose scrap, but the hand was handsome, you're correct. Unlike anything penned by the brothers in the scriptorium, to be certain. How unsettling. Do you remember what the note said? No, only that I found the contents nonsensical and disturbing. The remaining legible part read, "The Red Bird." You don't know what that could be? A scrap from some bestiary? I couldn't say. My eyes watch the heavens, not the trees. Although, we do not see many red birds at this altitude. Common robin, perhaps, or a swallow. But that doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it was nonsense. Why did you find it disturbing if it was simply nonsense? Enough! It was trash, nothing more, and I have naught else to say about it. One more thing. Who has access to your home? everyone at this abbey. But what does it matter to you? It was just scrap of paper. I shouldn't say this because then he would know that I'm not sure yet. I just have a strange feeling about it. Perhaps you should pray the Lord settles your spirit so I might have some quiet. But don't you find the coincidence strange? No. We operate a scriptorium, Master Mallory, and house perhaps the largest library in Bavaria. We are awash in parchment scraps. They multiply like silverfish between the pages of our books. Are you satisfied now? Suppose that will have to do. Thank you. Excellent. Are we done here? I will leave you in peace. Be well, Prior Frank. Be well, Master Mallory. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Large garden. Lucas. Adok. Gernot. There's so many people here to talk to. Jesus. Can I just go down the line here? Who's it? What's in Large Garden? Anyone in here? Anyone of interest? Anyone want to speak to me? Chicken. Alright, let's talk to all those people. See if I can gain anything potentially interesting here. What's in the chapter house thing? Oh, yeah. No, don't want that. Here we go. Good day, Andres. God bless you, Andres. Let's talk to Matthew. Brother Matthew, I've spoken with the abbot about the Gertner's taxes. Oh. Oh, shit. I didn't know. Uh-oh. Father Gernot said you could pay me early. Did he? The abbot hasn't said anything to me about it. That is strange. I'm sorry, Andres, but until I hear from the abbot, I'm not going to give you any money. Okay, well. I didn't know I was going to attempt that. God bless you. Fuck. God bless you, Andres. When the brothers eat their meals, this is where the lector reads to them. Good day, Andres. God bless you, Andres. Oh, God. I might as well talk to Gernot. Oh, no. Nope. He doesn't care. Andres. Andres. Even though I'm a pain in his side. Hello. Hi, Lucas. Alright, I'm gonna eat with this guy. God bless you, Andres. Do you have time to eat with me and some of the townspeople? Of course. I'll talk to Gret and see who she wants to come along, but where should we meet you? At the shrine to St. Moritz. I'll see you there. Until then. Oh, look at this. This looks pleasant. Oh my, Andres. Yes? Are these all the mothers from Tassing and their children? Well, no. I don't think it's all of them. Helena Pfeifferin. Helena. Couldn't make it. It's a long walk up here in her condition. Oh, the pregnant one, right? And Hetty said Hans was too big for stories. Stories? Stories of your homeland? I like stories. Yes, maybe a little too much. Huh. Alright, I can tell a story, but first let us pray together and eat. Oh Lord, thank you for bringing us together as you brought Jesus to his disciples on the road to Emmaus? Emmaus? With the breaking of bread between us, let us recognize each other as Christians and rejoice in our salvation through you. Amen. Amen, 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 amen. And I thank you and your husband for this bread, Gret. My Ulrich always says that bread brings people together. I think we could see some real trouble in testing if you ran out of rye. I missed this when I was in Florence. So what do I have? Almonds, some rye bread, and some sheep's milk cheese. Eat the almonds first. They don't have bread in Florence? Florence. Medici family. Wah! Oh, that's a baby. Where's Florence? South, over the mountains. Last week, the blonde lady at our house with the pretty clothes, she was from Florence. Oh. Father Gernot eats a white bread, does he not? Yes, the finest wheat is used for the abbot's bread. Why? The abbot is a very important man, Paul. We have a bread in my home that we call injera. We make it thin, round, and wide, and we put our food on top of it. We eat it with almost every meal, as you love the bread of your home, so I miss mine. Oh, I dropped the controller. I was holding it with one hand. Dropped the controller almost. Oh shit. Eat that cheese. Oh, what's the recipe? Maybe we can make it. Thank you, but no. We use a fine grain that does not grow here called teff. I hope you find our local bread satisfying, Brother Sebhat. Sebhat? I do enjoy it, perhaps too much. I'm becoming too accustomed to life in Rome, even life in these mountains. In truth, I can no longer remember the taste of injera. Injera? Not even the feeling of it in my mouth. It is a great danger that comes with the blessing of travel, living a life between worlds. I don't want to talk about bread anymore. It's so boring. Bread. Oh, these kids. Fucking kids, man. Don't be rude, Bert. I did say I would tell a story. Children, have you ever seen a Bible? Father Tom. Yeah, Father Thomas has one. It's huge. My dad has one. It was printed in Bamberg. Very good. This is a Bible from... Oh, typo. My home that I brought to give to the abbot. Andres, do you have a favorite story to illustrate from the Bible? Definitely not the Adam and Eve story. Nope. I don't know. Man, I don't know anything about it. Sure. God, this reminds me. I swear, this is probably a story I told on stream before, but here I am, early high school. I think early high school. I was still quite new to Florida where I'd moved because my family had moved, and I was still trying to like fit in with like a friend group, kinda. Was it high school? It might have even been first year. It might have been the first year I was in Florida for 8th grade. Anyway, and I was trying to like fit in with a friend group or whatever. And I'm like, I'm just, I'm fitting in kind of well enough with them. And I'm like, I kind of like forced my way into the friend group, like in a very awkward way. I think like during our like, it must have been 8th grade because during our like PE classes, like physical education classes, like I probably, looking back, I probably was such a weird fucking kid to them. And like, this was so awkward of me to do. But like, I probably saw them, like this group of guys in 8th grade, and I was like, oh, they seem cool enough or whatever, or friendly, or not friendly enough, but like my kind of like friends or whatever. So during like physical education classes, we'd go outside or whatever, and I would literally just hang around them until finally they like, I think they relented and were just like, hey, do you want to like join us? Like whatever the fuck they were doing. I forget what activity or whatever they're doing. But I was like that awkward guy who just like probably stand like several paces away from them until they finally are like, hey, like, because I wasn't just gonna ask them like a normal person. So I was like, so finally like that's how I ended up getting that friend circle. But someone that was like kind of like probably like one rung away of the friend circle, like because our friend circle that I then had throughout middle school and high school then in Florida, I always say like I always look back and like we were like one of those types of friend groups that we were like really good. It was like a strong like circle of like 8 or so people that were really good at like blending in with any other cliques at the school. Like we were like, I don't even know how to word it perfectly, but like we were so good at just like blending in is even a weird way of putting it, but just like melding with like any of the different weird like cliques you would imagine in like the high school kind of thing, like system. And so we could like adapt quite well, honestly. Which ended up probably to our benefit throughout like high school. Like that's why I always like look on high school like, oh, we were like so good at just hanging out with anyone because we could just blend so easily with whoever. And but someone like one rung removed from the tight like circle of like 8 or so, I was approached, and this was probably early on, and they were like, hey, we're after school, we're gonna go to like the basketball courts that are like where they're like a certain, it was, I think the neighborhood was called Walden Chase. And they're like, we're going to go to the Walden Chase, like, basketball courts after school if you want to just play, like, pick up basketball. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, because even then, like, as a teenager, I was really into basketball. I like just, like, spending time on, like, basketball courts and just shooting hoops or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is great. I get to meet more people, establish myself more, like, plant my roots in this friend, this wasn't the immediate friend circle, but like I said, this was like I said, like one concentric circle away, basically. I was like, this is a great idea. And it's like, okay, cool. Because then other people I knew were going to be hanging out after school for this thing. Show up to this thing, play basketball for like 30 minutes. Like 30 minutes. And then they're like, hey, can everyone gather here at the center? And like the way like school ended, like quite late, I remember for middle school there. And so it was already like, it was like evening, and like it was already dimming, and I like had to get back home at some point so I could like eat dinner with the family and shit. And it turned, to make a long story short, it turned into like an impromptu like religious studies like meeting thing where the person, and I didn't know this because I was so new to the area, it was being headed up by someone who was like, like really into religion, like kind of thing. Like his dad was like I don't know what you'd call it, like a pastor or something in that area, and so it was like pastor son, like the pastor's son and the older son. So like so someone that was like older than us also came there, and it was like the two brothers started like this religious like it's opened up with like them talking about something, and then very quickly let's all sit in a circle and go around and say your favorite Bible verse. And I was like so caught off guard where I was like, I was just this kid, not religious in the slightest. And I'm like, in my head, I'm panicking. I'm like, what are my options? Can I just leave? Can I just quickly like stand up and say I really had to be home by a certain time and just like get out of this situation? Like I was trying to like awkward mitigation. Like what can I do to get myself out? And like it got to me in the circle and I hadn't left. And I was like, and I'm like running my head. I was such an awkward kid, as I was already just now talking about, like clearly that's been established. Like that's not a surprise. I was like, I don't know. Should I just try to make up a Bible verse? I was like, how difficult can it be if I just said a name and then some numbers after it? Could I in my head, I'm really like trying to think like, could I just say a like one of those names? What is it? Like fucking I keep wanting to say Joseph 1520. Like if I just said something like that with So I'm like, I don't know, dude. It got to me in the circle and I remember just having to awkwardly be like, I don't know any Bible verses or whatever. And then I think I like, the rest of the memory just like is, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I must have like blacked it out of my memory. Cause like I remember just awkwardly being like, well, I can't believe I was swindled. Like to this day, I'm pissed off that there was no mention. Like, they clearly were gathering and setting this up to turn into that. And there was, as a kid, no mention that this was what was going to happen. And, like, looking back, I'm, like, pissed off about it. I'm like, I can't believe they, like, trapped. And I don't know if I was the only one who felt like that. But I was like, I can't believe. Like, I can't recall everyone who was in that thing. But, like, I'm sure there were other people that were chill with that. Because as you could imagine, Florida, rife, so much of, like, in high school, like, religious high school, down south thing was, like, very common. Like, it was, like, hand in hand, big old, like, a big old thing, which I'm sure is, like, common with a bunch of different, like, places. But, like, you never had something like that in school? So, okay, so maybe it doesn't surprise me, or maybe it does surprise me, because, like, maybe it is just, like, the place that I was at, because it was, like, that kind of, like, religious system and how permeated it was inside of, like, the school system, looking back, is kind of fucking nuts. Like, and I assume that has not changed at all, and has only gotten worse throughout the years, if I'm being 1,000,000% honest. Like, I have friends who are teachers right now, and they talk about how much everything sucks, as you could probably tell by, like, the current political climate and everything. And, like, I imagine it's all just, it's so bad. And, like, I can't believe. I would hope that there was someone else in that group that was felt as awkward as I was. And how I felt, and I remember going home that day and being like, I feel kind of betrayed by, like, certain people. And even as a kid, I looked at certain kids and certain groups of, not, like I said, not my immediate circle of friends, but certain other people, and, like, it felt dirty. It honestly felt like I said, not being hyperbolic here, a trap. Like, a fucking trap. Honestly, probably shouldn't have been the thing. If something is gonna, like, tend to go, like, religious leaning, that should probably, even if it's to a kid, you should probably be open about that and be like, hey, this is for, like, this thing. Not just trap these kids who clearly are awkward and don't know any better. It was weird. I didn't like it. Looking back, pissed me off. And I remember going home and telling my mom more along the lines, not like, oh, this is evil, but me being, like, annoyed as a kid even. I was like, this shouldn't have been how this went down. Like, this is bad. Didn't like it. Bible groups being pushy in college. Yeah. I mean, it's probably damning of groups like that. It probably said, I mean, when you just look, like, think about it with just a couple of brain cells, um, the fact that they have to be pushy and there's not, I mean, obviously, I'm not being trying to paint with broad strokes here, but like the fact that they have to be pushy and, for lack of a better term, trap others in the system, and it's not just droves. They're not just, hey, let's welcome the people that are willingly coming to us, but they have to try to like, fucking, I mean, if I go down this whole path, I'm gonna go on a tangent about just how bad my bad opinions about like organized religion in general, which nobody needs me to do, but like, it's all just a fucked system. Honestly, it's so bad, dude. The whole thing is bad. Sucks. And it's only, I mean, I know I'd have to get several steps to get to this point, but it's one of the many reasons why I would feel so scared bringing a child into modern society. Like, it sucks that one of the many things I would have to, like, I feel like I'd have to protect and warn my child about is like, hey, when you go through school, don't let some groups, even if they're like friend groups, like pressure you, trap you with with a basketball game. No matter how bad you really want to play basketball with your friends, if it gets to this point. Now, I say that half jokingly, but true, amongst many other things I'd have to protect the kid about. I mean, there's so many things at this point. Oh my god. Oh my god. Makes sense we're having this conversation with this game as the backdrop, isn't it? Isn't it? Well, that's my tangent, I guess. Tangent and story from my past. I do remember, though, coming home and for the rest of my years there in Florida, feeling betrayed by certain people about many things, but feeling betrayed by that group for that specific reason. And then some people might wonder, well, you moved, your family moved, and you spent 5 years in Florida, and then you did everything within your power to move states away to go to college at a completely out of state like I did. And I'm like, yeah, I wonder why. Just burn every bridge I had in Florida, pretty much. I was like, I'm done. I'm done with all the people here. I'm done with all the 5 years I spent here. And it was Texas. Now, you could blame me for choosing. I didn't necessarily pick potentially the best state, but there was there were many factors in deciding where to go. I had to go somewhere familiar. Looking back, if I said like, damn, if I moved like literally diagonally, there's a part of me that's like, damn, what if I moved like up north? It would have been so cool, but it would have been even a harder sell to like my parents, because the whole thing was to make the move. My dad rented a car, the biggest van he could pick up, and we just packed as much of my shit as I could, and then we made the 16-hour drive nonstop from Florida to Texas. We dropped my shit off, and then that was it. My dad had to drive home, and then that was where my life started in Texas. And then ever since then, that's where I'm at. So, like, it would have been a harder drive, obviously, and a harder sell if I, like, doubled the length and I moved to, like, I don't know, just pick some other random place. My life would have also been much different. But, obviously, God, could you imagine if I picked, like, I sometimes think, I sometimes wonder, like, what if I picked, like, Washington? Like, complete northwest. Seattle or something. Man, that'd be cool. That would be dope. Anyway, this guy's waiting on me to pick an option here. um, I'll just pick Elijah and the Chariots of Fire. Yes, the spectacle of a prophet carried bodily into heaven. It is always a wonder to see how different artists illustrate it. Now then, children, do you know the story of Jesus feeding the multitudes? Fish and loaves! My mom and dad make loaves. The kids in this game are adorable. This is from our Bible, how we tell the story of how Jesus fed thousands from only a few fish and a few loaves of bread. Why is everyone brown? Because where I am from, everyone looks like me. Why? Because we are all as God has made us. Oh man, this is a teaching moment right now. I know tasking seems big to you, but the world is so much bigger than we can imagine. There are many people of many different colors all over the world. I know it's just a video game, but this kind of feels like a good option I picked to have a meal with these people. I had to be with this guy, and then getting all the kids and the moms together for this. This is like, I feel like I chose an option where I'm getting less potential information on the actual murder, and I'm actually just like potentially enriching my life, my character's life, and then the kids' lives. like I picked the eating option for the culture here, and less the problem at hand. And honestly, I don't mind it. There are many people of many different colors all over the world. There are places where no one looks like you or me. Really? It's true. In Venice, I saw people come from across the Mediterranean Sea. Not just like Brother Sabat, but people of different places and cultures, even further away. Persians, Moors, Ottomans, each with their own way of speaking and dressing, their own customs. Brother Sabat, did you know that Baron who was murdered? Oh, Bert. It came up when I was visiting the Druckers. One of these. This is awkward. I think he's old enough to understand death. I don't think I'm old enough to understand it myself. All right, well, lady, you gotta fucking get your act together, lady. I did not know him, Bert, but do you know the story of Lazarus? No. He was a friend of Jesus. He became sick, and he died. What? But Jesus brought his followers to Lazarus' tomb. He prayed to God, and when they opened the tomb, Lazarus emerged, returned from the dead. Jesus can bring people back from the dead? He can, Bert. One day Jesus will bring us all back from the dead. Sure. Everyone who has ever lived and died will come together and be resurrected on Judgment Day. Have my hat? Oh, my hat's being stolen! She took my hat. Why would I say yell at her? I'm gonna say nothing. She's cute. Even the Romans? Yes, the Romans too. I was so paying attention to what he was talking about that I didn't necessarily, because I saw her saying hat and I didn't piece it together, and then it wasn't until the trophy popped that I was like, oh, she's trying to steal my hat, and then looked and saw. Why did you ask about the Romans? I saw one come out of their tomb, like Lazarus. What do you mean, Paul? Well, the ruins below the mill, they're Roman, and they all died a long time ago. But I saw one come out the other night. Oh, this seems like an interesting piece of information. They were in white, like Lazarus. Was someone... Oh. Let's stop telling stories, Paul. And you shouldn't have been outside at night. Oh, shit. That seems like an interesting bit of info. Andres, what does he mean? Oh wait, we saw the ghost. Yeah. I think I may have seen something similar the other evening. What? Really? Where? The same place by the Roman ruins. Maybe Paul did see a spear of some kind. Uh-oh. Oh, we're in deep here. It's a very dire omen if that is what he saw. I will pray on this. Apologies for that, ladies, but thank you for sharing a meal with me today. I'll be leaving for Rome soon, but I'm glad to have spent some time with you and your children. Thank you, Brother Sabat. It was wonderful. Don't forget to stop by the bakery before you go. I'm sure my husband will want to see you before you go. I will. God grant you all health. Should get some sleep. I feel there's something afoot. I kind of half expected, like, see a person skulking about here. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. See an owl. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find anything interesting at night, but I might as well, again, give it once over. I don't think it hurts. Can I go? I should have checked. Is it this way? Can I access anything in the church? This fucking guy. Gosh, gotta shove him in a locker. Give him a swirly in the toilet or something. Doesn't seem like there's much to check out. Everyone's gone to bed, understandably. I'm the one skulking about at night. There's a small part of me that wishes I could see, like, just somehow I see, like, just like a group of people hunched over and they're just like hands and arms all bloody or something. Like I see like some very nefarious thing. It's like, holy shit. Someone in the middle of like, someone out in the middle of nowhere writing a note that said, I did it. Or I overhear a conversation or something. Wait, can I gotta give it a shot, right? Speak to any of the ladies. Hey, ladies. Wait, why is this shovel? Oh. Shovel has blood on the blade. Not normal. I think Sister Matilda uses it in the garden. I should ask her about it. What the hell is going on here? Why was that? I just immediately saw the bloody shovel. Excuse me, Matilda. Honestly, part of me is like, if Matilda did something, if she killed him, I mean, I'm turning the other cheek. I'm not looking. I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying anything. Allow her to get her revenge. God bless you, Andres. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I need to talk to you about Sister Matilda. Matilda told me. Of course. What happened to Sister Matilda was tragic. Lorenz, the Baron, tried to seduce Sister Matilda. She rebuked him several times. So one morning he attacked her in the meadow on her way to town. He dragged her into the woods. Sister Matilda is a strong woman, but her resistance was met with violence. When pilgrims to the shrine found her, she had been beaten so badly she could barely move. Ugh. I'm assuming the Baron didn't suffer any consequences for this attack? No, I knew he wouldn't. I also knew that bringing the attack to the attention of Father Matthias would put him in an impossible position. The Baron would suffer no consequences, but the abbot would have refused his continued patronage. I concealed the assailant's identity from Father Abbot and had Sister Matilda taken to a hermitage near Mittenwald. She stayed there under the care of sisters until she recovered and could return. I mean, I could be honest about it. She deserved better than to be shuffled away to a hermitage. You're right, of course. I can only pray that the Lord will repay the debt that I incurred. How does Sister Matilda feel about seeing the Baron again at Kearsall? Andres, if you want me to tell you that I think Sister Matilda killed the Baron, I won't. Seeing him was hard for her, of course. She defended her virtue from the Baron, but her injuries were severe. Her body recovered in time. Her mind, I don't know if it ever will. She will fight. She still fights him in her dreams. She wakes up in the night screaming, soaked in her own sweat. Jesus, that sucks. So it affected her, yes. It still affects her. That doesn't mean she wanted to kill the Baron. It certainly doesn't mean she actually did. Sister Matilda is a faithful servant and friend of Christ. I believe that truly, Andres. She is respected and beloved by his community, for good reason. Very well. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Andres, if you want to thank me, do not mention Sister Matilda to the Archdeacon. I do not believe she could have done this. Of course. God bless you, Andres. Yeah, I'm not selling out. All these ladies, fucking, especially this, fucking, what is it, 1500s or whatever, got a shit, a lot in life. You know what I mean? Who am I? And, like, being told this story from Matilda, and, like, of course, because of, like, shitty, you know, patriarchy, and the power, structure of the church, and the Lord here, and the way the church would have protected the guy, the protection in place, like, Who would I'd be... Consider the evidence, the Baron and the Nun. I would be, like... I need to decide what to do with this information. I think, again, just like the other thing, I think this is too much of a... This is too obvious. This is too easy of a choice. It's not, it doesn't hold any weight. That's just a leap that I'm not willing to take. Like, oh, he wronged her way back in the day. So when he shows back up, she takes it upon herself to murder him. And if she murdered him, honestly, deserved. And again, I'm not gonna think ill of her, honestly. It's kind of like how I feel about Luigi Mangione, right? Sometimes if you push someone to a certain breaking point and they finally break, all you can do is throw your hands up and say, "What did you expect?" I'm sure that's a wildly popular opinion I just have there. Man, what an interesting stream this has been today. I've got a bloody shovel. What am I supposed to do with this, huh? What am I think I gotta go sleep. Also, we're probably gonna end stream here anyway. I have to part for the night. But I will go through the sleep here. The sleep cycle. I'm kind of figuring out the lay of this place, which I was not expecting previously. It was so windy that I thought I was never gonna figure it out. Andres, Christ, there you are. Are you alright? You look terrible. It's the Archdeacon. He's come early with an entire retinue in tow? Uh-oh. He's questioning everyone who knew the Baron and Brother Piero. I've already told him the little I know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He expects to speak with you tomorrow at Nonce. 3 p.m. He requested you specifically. Did he say why? It's no secret you've been poking about the town and the abbey, sticking your nose in the rot. Uh-oh. This is interesting. I hope your prying has borne fruit, or Piero's neck will meet the sword. I've done my best with the time I've had, which has felt like nothing. If only I'd had a couple more days. Whatsoever happens, Piero knows you've been working hard on his behalf, and he's grateful for it. Only, Andres? What is it? It's just, you know as well as I do, the Baron was not a good man. I'm not saying he deserved what he got, just, you think hard about what you tell the Archdeacon, and who you tell him about. Oh no, this game is totally setting me up to fucking... I'm gonna have to accuse someone. I'm gonna have to explain my reasoning. I'm gonna have to throw someone under the bus. Oh god. But the thing is, I can't in good conscience like let Piero take the fall. That's so fucked. That's so wrong. And in the same breath, I can't like throw someone like Matilda under the bus either. That's fucked too. Oh god, I'm gonna have to think about this. You understand? Oh, it's a good thing this is gonna probably have to be next stream. I'm gonna have some days to think about this, or at least a day. You're worried I'll tell the Archdeacon what I've heard of Sister Matilda? All I'm saying is, if in your searching you heard anything about her, I'd ask you to keep it to yourself. Yeah? Hey, don't have to tell me twice. Do you mean Sister Matilda? But why would you? Are you sleeping with the good sister? How dare you ask me such a thing? And so what if I am? Hey-o! All I ask is that you keep it to yourself. It's nothing to do with the Baron anyway. I'll do what I can to protect Sister Matilda from censure. That's all I would ask of you. I should return to Kiersau. The abbot will be having a fit right about now. Be well, Andres. I will pray for Piero's deliverance tonight. You should as well. Now, am I going to have time to at least ask Matilda about the shovel? Because I feel like if I have time enough to do one more thing, I feel like, should I at least ask? A bloody shovel. You should as well. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. If only I could ask, like, Martin. The biggest... If I could talk to Martin, I feel like that I could get the most information. Because I think he's got to have something to do with it. My biggest guess is that he has something to do with the notes that were getting passed around. Like... I don't think he killed, but, like... If someone requested that he pass these notes, then that would be a big key. But without that bit of knowledge, the only other thing I think, if I have to actually like pin it on someone, then I would have to say Ferenc, just because he's being cagey, and he's clearly, he knows something, it feels like, or he either knows something or is acting suspicious, right? And at some point you got to be like, well, you've kind of been an asshole and you've impeded my progress in the investigation, and you might know something that you haven't owned up to, or might not be saying for whatever reason. Oh, look how cute they are. I'm pissed. I'm pissed about everything. Fuck. I need more time. Is the game supposed to make it so that you feel like you don't have enough time to solve anything? Probably. It's probably one of those things, and it's like, that's why then people will be like, oh, it's perfect for a replay. I'm like, time anxiety. It's such a thing. Like, I know it's part of like a gameplay aspect that games use and employ, but it just makes me feel anxious that I'm not choosing the right thing, or I'm missing like obvious keys. It's like a double-edged sword. It's I need to know where Martin is. I need to ask Matilda about the bloody shovel. I wanted to sit in on the gossip thing. It's getting late. I should get some rest. These people. This village. These unhelpful people. Oh, I like this visual. Hello? What is this? What? The hell is happening? I clicked that way. I can choose what. What am I doing? Andres, when are you coming home? Dad, I'll be home soon. Oh, am I having like a dream or a nightmare probably? Maybe? I'm a little nervous about this girl, Sabine. Don't worry yourself over it. I barely knew your mother before we were married. Oh, great. Besides, you need a wife if you're going to start your workshop as a master. That's the law. Yes, of course. You're not going to quit this like you quit university, are you? Haha. That's a very me answer. No, of course not. Good. If it weren't for the work I did for the rector, you never would have had the opportunity. Most people never got a second chance after they throw something away like that. I know, Dad. We'll see you when you get back. Sure, alright. Am I like, I don't know what this visual is. I like, a part of me was like, I mean, I would assume I'm just supposed to get to the middle, but I'm confused as far as like if there's something I'm supposed to be seeing here. Oh, is this my arranged marriage wife? Oh, it's you. Does she not speak? I only have the picture of you, the one my brother Daniel made. I really don't have any idea what you're like. Oh, if I'm having a dream, then I wouldn't know what she speaks like, right? Is that what it's doing? So, what are you like? Please don't imagine me telling you in your own mind. Why? You know, imagine I'm wonderful, or imagine I'm, what is that? Horrible. Oh, that's an H. Jesus, horrible. Either way, it's not fair to me, is it? The real you? To none of us. Fair. I'll see you soon, Andres. For real, I mean. Suppose that's true. Until then. That's such an interesting little bit to this whole thing. This game is interesting. There's something quaint but interesting about this game. I respect it. But it's why am I like auto walking? Like I press one button and he goes forever. It's like you fling the... It's so weird. There's something interesting about this game, the way it like it's presenting its story. I kind of the first stream of it, I was kind of like, but it's kind of like settled in these last two streams, I feel. Oh, okay, I see. Welcome back, Andres. It has been too long since you have graced this court with your presence. Apologies, your majesty. My mind has been preoccupied by a tragedy at Cursala Abbey. What manner of tragedy? The murder of a nobleman, close friend of the prince, Bishop of Freising. My friend, Brother Piero, is the abbot's only suspect. I know that he could not have done it. How do you know? Examine your assumptions, my son. In addition to having no motive and violence not being part of his character, he's not physically capable of the act. He is of limited strength and has a palsy in his hand that makes holding a paintbrush difficult. It's inconceivable that he would have the strength and resolve to kill the Baron with a blow to the head. A whole lot of inconceivable shit happens on this hell of an earth, Andres. I do not deny that it is possible, but I believe it is extremely improbable. So what do you intend to do about it? When I'm brought before the Archdeacon, I'll tell him what I know about other people who have motives to kill the Baron. I have to believe he'll see that there are much more likely suspects than Piero. Why have you taken this task upon yourself? I have to save Brother Piero's life. He has no one else to help him. Your love for and devotion to him speak well of your character. A man who is humble before his elders honors also his gods. Of course you'd say that, old man. He is right, though. If Andres doesn't help him, no one will. Exactly. I understand why the brothers and sisters cannot act against the abbot, but I must do something. Why does that shit-for-brains abbot care about the death of a useless fart like Lorenz Rothvogel anyway? Vogel. Honestly, he's kind of right. Well, can't disagree with your assessment of them. The abbot does kind of suck. The Baron kind of sucks. I didn't ask you to agree with me. If you can't think for yourself, you're no better than them, asshole. In any case, Andres' ability to prevent Piero's death depends on the judgment of the Archdeacon. Wise or foolish, corrupt or just, the Archdeacon will be the first and possibly final arbiter of Piero's guilt. Andres must win the Archdeacon to his side using the tools favored by men such as him. Reason? Pah! When's the last time you met a man who was truly ruled by reason? Authority? Despite your talent, you're merely an artist. He has been invested with power of the Prince Bishop of Freising. You have no authority with him. Honesty? You must be honest in all things, Andres, but many are not willing to accept the truth, and the cost of honesty can be high. Wisdom? Wisdom can be shared, but the audience may not comprehend it. If reason, wisdom, authority, and honesty cannot triumph, what am I left with? Hope. Lies. Truth. Above all, faith and providence. Well, what are you planning to tell the Archdeacon, Andres? There were other people in Kearsall and Tassing who had motives to kill the Baron. Sister Matilda was badly beaten by the Baron for resisting his advances. She almost died. Why was the Baron not punished for it? Seems the Baron was beyond the reach of justice, at least at the time. Mother Cecilia sent Sister Matilda away to a hermitage to recover away from the rest of the nuns. How'd you come to this understanding? Mother Cecilia told me that the Baron had harmed a nun during his last visit, but would not tell me more. I crept into the Abbey's library after dark and investigated the nun's admittance records to learn the sister's name. Once I knew the name, I confronted Matilda and she admitted what happened. You risked a great deal by trespassing in the library. Right? Andres might have seen the monks and nuns fucking. Scandalous behavior. Oh, I saw the monks fucking. Not that Andres would know anything about that. Lorenz couldn't get his way with a nun and he almost killed her for it. I wish I could say it's surprising. Sister Matilda's motive is a powerful one, but what means might she have killed the Baron? She may have hit him with a shovel. I found a bloody shovel in the Covent Garden. A plausible weapon, to be sure. A shame we cannot confirm whether the blood on the tool belongs to Lorenz. Are there any others you suspect? Prior Frank feared the Baron would report his occult interest to inquisitors. How so? Prior Frank and the Baron shared a fascination with the occult texts. The Baron was pressuring the Prior into performing a ritual for him while he was visiting Kearsall. When Frank refused, isn't that going to be corrected? Yep. Refused, the Baron threatened to turn him into the Inquisition. How'd you come by this knowledge? I found written evidence, a letter from Frank to the Baron in which he discussed all these matters. It is a dangerous thing, a monk dabbling in the occult. His very soul could be in danger. Forget the soul, he could have been defrocked, excommunicated, even killed, all for little curiosity. Better to say stupid and ignorant, that's what I say. Well, we're well aware. Is curiosity such an awful thing? No, but it was knowledge of the nature of good and evil that caused the fall of man. The seeds of some corrupting fruit may lie sleeping between the pages of many dangerous books. I also found a cipher that the Prior had left on his desk in the scriptorium. When I deciphered it, the message pointed me to a freshly disturbed grave in the cemetery. I convinced Otto Zimmerman to dig up the grave in question. What did you find inside? Occult tools that Frank had hidden. Why hide them, and why leave the note? I suspect he hid them in case the Baron made good on his threat to summon inquisitors to Kearsall. The note was likely left for his fellow occult enthusiast back in Hungary in case he was taken away. The book was borrowed from the University of Pécs. Prior Frank feared loss of his status, his life, and even God's grace. Men have killed for less. How might the prior have accomplished the deed? He may have killed the Baron with a silver rod. The prior used it in performing his rituals, and there are traces of blood on it. If that was a weapon, it was a certain dramatic propriety at least. It will be challenged to condemn a prior for murder, but if that is where the evidence leads, the Archdeacon should see the wisdom in it. Are there any others you suspect? I found no other suspects. You have brought a worthy mystery before this court, Andres. I pray to God we have granted you the insight you need to face the coming challenge. I mean, the only other person you could probably potentially try to suspect on my end is Martin, but we didn't get like any info from him. And I still think Martin has some bit to him. There's got to be he either holds some kind of key to the whole thing. I don't think he necessarily did it, but I think that if I somehow would have found him or he was friendly with me somehow. You know what I mean? I pray to God we have granted you the insight you need to face the coming challenge. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'm prepared to meet the day. Before you go, Andres, there's one more thing to consider. You'll be summoned to the Archdeacon to tell him what you know, but you need not tell him everything. What do you mean? I mean, I know what she means, but she means you should only tell him about people you don't mind dying. Hehehe. That's one way of putting it. There is a place for a noble lie. This is not one of them. Why? The Baron is dead. All the people with a motive to kill him suffered, either directly or indirectly, from his wickedness. Simply mentioning a name to the Archdeacon may endanger them, whether they had anything to do with the murder or not. Right. No point in throwing everyone waist deep into shit. I protest any attempt at deception, but you must ultimately follow your own conscience, Andres. Little time remains before you must stand. You must stand before the Archdeacon. Use it wisely. I will do my best. Until we meet again, Andres, God be with you. And also with you, Your Majesty. Damn. Damn. So I think that game was telling me, hey, you have just a little bit of time before. So I probably can ask, you know, someone. I can ask her maybe about the shovel. But I think we'll end it there. This is, next stream of this will be us, I guess, potentially accusing. I think I have to, unless something drastically changes in the little amount of time I have left to find something, I think I have to go the Frank route. I don't feel 100% confident in it, but, like, if I have to go somewhere, right? Because I don't know how this game is going to present it, but if I have, my options are accuse Matilda, accuse Frank, prior Frank, or let it stay as it is and Piero takes the fall. Of those three, then I have to put it on Frank. I don't think Matilda did it, and even if she did, I would not accuse her with the knowledge I have. People told me the knowledge about her, and she told me about herself in confidence that I wasn't gonna, weaponize it, right? I agree that I don't think there's any reason or motive Piero did it, and for him to just be accused is kind of shitty. So then, the only other option I have, for me, is Frank, prior Frank. He was an asshole to me. He was covering something up. He has a motive. It's maybe not the strongest motive, but it's something. Too many things were pointing towards him. And when I gave him opportunities to tell me why he wouldn't have done it, he didn't really do a great job at convincing me otherwise, you know? I think that's where we're at. I think that's where we're at. I think that's where I gotta be. We'll end it there. We'll end the stream there. A solid 6 hours with both games. That's about what I wanted to do. Tomorrow, I'm off tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to stream during the day. At least not early. if anything. But I'll probably just do a Monday night stream, and then we'll just play whatever I'm feeling. I could honestly see this, Death's Door, or Craspass. Remember, no Higurashi on Tuesday. I'm also going to take Tuesday off, not Higurashi, but not talk it off stream probably. I'll just play something else other than Higurashi. So we won't see Higurashi until Saturday. But other than that, stream should be happening throughout the week like normal on Wednesday and Friday as well. We'll basically be working through mostly Pentiment here in Death's Door throughout the week so that we get some decent progress on those. That's what we got for the week. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying. Honestly, like I said, especially this stream of this, even though I got a little off on a tangent about random stories from my past, I'm actually really interested. I think I was a little iffy about the game after the first stream, but after the second and third streams of this game, I think it's quite interesting. It's been kind of fun playing, and I kind of understand its system, so pretty dope. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, stream tomorrow of something, either this or Crash Bash or Death's Door, whatever I'm feeling, come tomorrow. Until then, have a nice rest of your Sunday night. Take it easy. See you in another stream.